Team of the Year, Part 2. We're going defenders and goalies today. Forwards for the Team of the Year are already in the game. You've been lighting it up with them, probably making a lot of people rage quit, your friends cry and wish they had these cards because you're so good at the game with them. And now you get to add defenders and goalies to round out your squad, and we're going to react to the reveal today. Reminder, you can upgrade your nominee cards for the winners if you do have these players that we're about to, in the case of me, Pock, and Jesse, here for the first time. I think the defenders we've got a pretty good chance at, but another reminder, you guys went perfect in the forward groups when we did this. You correctly predicted the NHL members of Team of the Year and the PWHL members for Team of the Year. Me and Sam went 0 for 2, so hopefully we can do a little better this time.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, I just wanted to say I feel like there was some real emotion behind Luca's opening soliloquy. Like you've been the rage quitter before.
Oh, for sure I have.
Yeah.
I rage quit all the time.
You've gotten lit up by like Sidney Crosby's Team of the Year back in NHL 13.
Soliloquy?
Yeah.
That's what you're dropping?
You like that one, eh?
It's a good word.
Is it a soliloquy?
I don't think it is.
I think it might be a monologue.
What's the difference between a monologue and a soliloquy?
Soliloquy more has like, I'm pretty sure there's like rhyming couplets in soliloquies,
Yeah,
right?
ever heard of it?
I think.
been a
Maybe
while
I'm
Like she loves me, she loves me not?
Listen, if you're watching this video right now, you're probably missing English class, and you're probably not learning anything about English.
Or you're in your English class and being a beauty and just watching us instead
Wow.
with an AirPod.
That's electric. I love that. That was me all the time. Had a headphone in and tried to have like the hoodie and like this because anytime a teacher saw the headphone, it was like instantly get that headphone out. So I would like lean in on it and have the wire through the shirt so they couldn't see it. To answer your original question, I definitely have rage quit a ton when I play sports games and not made a lot of other people rage quit. But hey, what are you going to do? You got to get better. As the kids say, get better at the game. That's what we're going to try and help you guys do with these cards.
So,
Why don't you get us to the reveals here?
I have great news. Okay, great news. I finally got one of them right.
Nice.
And so did all of us.
Oh, well, I'm guessing, if I had to guess, that would be the NHL defenseman because we all had the same two.
That is correct. Cale Makar, Quinn Hughes.
Congrats,
Congratulations. You did it, but more importantly, I did it, you know?
Sam did it.
Thanks, guys.
It's about time, man.
I didn't get skunked.
No surprises here. And like we were trying to make a case for someone else and we couldn't. Like who are you picking over Quinn Hughes? And last year I know that they went a little off the board with Miro Heiskanen last year, making it in over Quinn Hughes, and Canucks fans were not happy about that, obviously, but tough to ignore the reigning Norris winner along with the guy that probably is going to win it again this year.
Tough to ignore Josh Morrissey as well. Didn't even get nominated. Like come on.
I'm not walking in here saying that Lane Hudson should be in the Team of the Year. And I expect that same level of unbiased opinion from everyone else, you know?
His brother is probably 2 years away from being nominated as well. Do you guys see that goal he scored recently? Where he just like completely walked that winger who's covering him? Oh my goodness. Cole Hudson.
He looks
unbelievable.
Yeah.
He looks.
Habs got to trade for that guy.
He was amazing. Good for the Caps. I mean, he's going to be a staple for them for a long time. Yeah, he's amazing.
All right, so no surprises, like I said. Let's do what we did in the first video. We did it at the end where we picked our second teams for the forward groups in the NHL PWHL. Let's start with the NHL defenseman because Cale and Quinn were unanimous for us. Wasn't a hard choice for anyone voting and picking these guys. Who would be on your second team, though, for NHL defenseman Team of the Year?
I talked about him in the last video. If there was someone we would kind of consider, I'm going to go Evan Bouchard because he had a really, really special playoff. Just racked up a ton of points for the Oilers. I know some people like to point out some gaps in his defensive game, but he's a very, very valuable piece on that Oilers team. And then you know what? Because it was your birthday this weekend,
So kind of you, man.
I might throw in Josh Morrissey, even though Roman Yossi's tempting, but Josh Morrissey, I do think he is underrated. He's had a good season. He's been a big part of the Jets' success, and he doesn't always get his flowers. So Bouchard and Morrissey for me as my second team.
J-Mo's an absolute tank. Give me J-Mo all day. Obviously Adam Fox makes pretty compelling argument as well.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go Roman Yossi. I'm going to go Roman Yossi
Two
and Josh
lefties.
Morrissey. But, Adam Fox could probably slip in there somewhere. But I'm going to go with the Jet. Because why not?
I'm going to slip him in there and get rid of the Jets. So, yeah, I'm going to go Adam Fox and I'm going to go Roman Yossi for my second.
Totally fair.
No arguments there. I'll go Adam Fox, and then I'm gonna go. You mentioned it last week. Like they gotta have like a defensive
Like a
defenseman
real
award.
defenseman?
Yeah, I did.
So
I did say
I'll
that.
go Jacob Slavin just for fun because he's never gonna ever be nominated for this. No one wants to play with a Jacob Slavin card in NHL 25 just because there are so many more offensively gifted defensemen in the game, and that's kind of the archetype. And obviously, those are the players that everyone's going to gravitate towards. But at the same time, he's an incredible player, so I'll just give him some love.
Give
here.
the man his flowers.
I would love to do a Be a Pro with Jacob Slavin and just get in the lane and block shots.
It's a different experience. I think that would be pretty fun, actually.
I was gonna say it speaks to your personality if you're looking to block shots in this, which
Block
like
shots in NHL.
I respect.
Like you're just stick lifting at
Yeah,
the perfect moments.
I'm pretty
poke
brutal at
checking.
NHL, so that's probably the best I could do.
I can't wait to make you rage quit in NHL.
Yeah, you guys probably all would do that to me. I'm really bad.
Let's move on to the PWHL defenders here, Sam. Did anyone get any right? Because so far, these guys have a perfect team with just 3 more reveals left.
I feel like this might be coming to an end, but we'll see.
I think we also had different picks for this one as well.
Yeah.
So this is where the snap peas snap.
Oh,
They mended back together for a bit, but
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
fully.
but not fully.
Yeah.
so the PWHL Team of the Year. Lot of different opinions in this one. Only one of us was right.
Whoa.
Well, we all had 4 different. Oh no! Oh, if only one of us is right, then means we were wrong.
Of course. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
And Luca, tell me, who did you pick?
Megan Keller and Aaron Ambrose.
That is correct.
Wow,
Wow,
there we
okay.
go. I'll
Jesse,
take it.
your streak has ended. You're not perfect.
Pock as well.
Did I get one right at least?
Aaron Ambrose.
Yeah.
Aaron, oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Aaron
Ambrose.
Ambrose.
Yeah,
Aaron
sorry,
Ambrose.
sorry,
You got the one right.
You're close.
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 Wow. All right.
good.
All
Yeah.
right. So we got a bit of a surprise there. Megan Keller had a great season, but wasn't, as far as like production goes, up there with Ella Shelton, who you both picked. And then obviously Aaron Ambrose, Defender of the Year. That was kind of an easy pick or a lock. But your reactions to not only the picks, but your bracket is officially busted. Your perfect season has ended. You are not the Miami Dolphins.
We
I
went
mean,
down,
I wouldn't want to be the Miami Dolphins right now, but it was a good run.
we went down together.
We did
Two snap peas in a pod, in a new pod together.
in the wrong pod.
We're in the wrong pod. Yeah. It's all good.
Tough. I personally think Ella Shelton should be in there, but you know what? That's not the takeaway from what Megan Keller accomplished this season. So
We also don't have
fair,
that,
fair pick.
We don't have that pressure anymore going forward of like feeling,
Oh,
I
yeah.
hope we got
I
this
will
right
take
thing
the
now.
loss
Now it's
sure.
all
with
good.
grace.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's tough.
You guys are super graceful.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah, thank you.
I've always been a good loser.
Yeah.
Growing up. Yeah.
Well, he's the winner. I'm not the winner.
You're not either.
I'm not. I'm also.
I think for our second teams might be pretty easy given the people that are left here. So Ella Shelton probably making all of our second
Yeah.
teams.
Yep.
And then I'd pick Renata Fast for mine. I know you picked her for your first team, your team of the year, but that would be an electric second pair right there.
Yeah.
Ella Shelton and Renata Fast. And I mean, could see that with Team Canada in the future.
Yeah, 100%.
It's also
next year.
But something to think about is that's a ton of pressure. If your last name is Fast and you aren't, whoa, that's
know.
tough.
I know.
That is
Right? Like that's something where like you have
Be
to
a real
live up to your namesake.
juxtaposition if you.
He,
Won.
he got that one right.
That word
Well,
is
it's also
correct.
kind of. No, it's not really an oxymoron, but it is.
No, it kind of, yeah.
That's why I said it.
With the heat and the cold.
Yeah.
Oxymoron
This
is,
guy's the best.
It's kind of an oxymoron.
Yeah.
If her name was like slow fast, that's kind of an oxymoron.
Who's naming their kids slow?
She could. You can name your kid anything.
Yeah, you have fun with that, man.
Well, I wouldn't do
Yeah.
that. But I'm saying if she
Yeah, good
wanted
luck
to,
with that.
like all the power to you.
So
Anyways.
like, listen, I know that because like again, as a kid, they used to call me nitroglycerin. So like, I know what it's like to have like. I swear, I have hockey jerseys that say nitro on the back of my
It's
jersey.
actually sick.
Do you know how much pressure that is?
That's sick.
It's pressure.
well, Renata, Ella, Megan, and Aaron all faster than any of us in this room,
Yeah.
to say the least, and well-deserved for Aaron and Megan Keller. And I think anyone that hasn't watched Megan Keller's game, complete defenseman, and it totally makes sense. And if you are surprised by the pick and wanted to see Ella Shelton or Renata Fast, just watch some Megan Keller highlights. Well deserved. A staple for Team USA, staple for that Boston Fleet D core, and does everything well. So makes sense. We've got goalies left now. No one can have a perfect team, but who's going to become, I guess, who's going to get the closest? Because you two have dominated this competition, whereas me and Sam are just completely wrong on a lot of things. Let's start with the NHL Team of the Year goaltender, where you guys had differing opinions.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to be wrong in this,
Me
but
too.
I stand with my opinion.
So you both think you're going to be wrong?
We had different goalies.
Yes. I know.
You think Bob's going to be the goalie?
Oh, sorry. I was thinking of PWHL. No, NHL, I think I'm right. I think it's going to be
Okay.
Sorry, chicken
So
firm.
humble.
I'm sick. I'm sick. I got it right. And Jesse, you would be right.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's robbery. It's
You need to
complete
doubt the king.
Robbery.
It's complete robbery.
Yeah.
And
not.
Bob,
Statistically speaking, like Hellebuck was unbelievable last year. He won the Vezina.
Good for him.
Bob didn't even win the Conn Smythe last year. He was great, but I wouldn't say it's like, he wasn't perfect in that final series.
it's not complete robbery. Like I said when we gave our picks, like I would understand if you were to give it to Hellebuck because Vezina winner, the start that he's had to this season, I know that's kind of like the back half of 2024, but I don't know. When the stakes were highest, Bobrovsky, to me, was the best goalie last year.
Also with an unbelievable team in front of him.
Jets aren't too bad. Aren't they first place in the
They're
league right
good,
now?
but we clearly had some issues last year. We got exposed in some ways.
I remember. I
Yeah, you
enjoyed it,
remember?
actually.
You enjoyed it, yeah? Still reeling over that Habs win during the bubble?
Yeah.
Still feeling good about that? Holding on to that one, hey?
I will hold on
We'll
to
see
that
if
one.
your
It's
team
fun.
can squeak into the playoffs this year, hey?
It would be great.
I hope so, but like I don't know how good it's looking, man. It's not promising.
I don't know like what you're trying to say to me right
Just
now.
saying, man, the Jets are sitting comfortably first place in the league. And
Second team goalie is pretty easy, I guess. If Hellebuck is the first team, we'll all pick Sergei Bobrovsky, and that is not a bad place to be. Last one here.
And I will say though, like, and I know we talked about this a bunch before, but like, Shesterkin's so gross. Like that's a 2A, 2B, so tight.
Yeah.
Like how many games did he steal?
For sure.
Because
Especially in the playoffs.
That's what
Yeah,
I mean.
for sure.
Like we're talking about like if we're talking like just raw statistics and looking at some of those things, that's one thing. But like the amount of like saved games where you're like, oh, you had no business. Yeah, like that. I would say that Shesterkin. Like if you had a no business getting that win stat, you know what I mean?
you know what? I'm gonna go Shiesty.
Okay, there we go.
Shesterkin.
Wow.
Yeah.
Switching it up.
Yeah. Bob's great. Love Bob. Won some nice hardware last year, but like,
Doesn't really actually seem like you love Bob.
Yeah, it seems like you love him
dude,
less.
I always loved Bob.
I hate Bob.
I just feel like,
Dude, if
you
you
stick
love
Shesterkin
Bob,
on
you
the
gotta
Panthers
prove it.
Too, if you got Shesterkin on the Panthers too, I feel like they also win the cup.
You got to prove to me that you love Bob because you're just not giving him enough love.
Dude, I love Bob. I've always loved Bob. He's my boy. Also used to play for Columbus, who I love. Into the Jackets.
Last one here, PWHL Team of the Year goalie. This one I think was the toughest for all of us. We all kind of had different opinions on this, and you can make an argument for all three nominees. But in the end, who was right?
Jesse, you were so close to getting a perfect sweep. But then you also got this one wrong.
I knew it. I knew I was going to get this one wrong.
And I would say, listen, Thomas, Luca, congratulations. But Kristen Campbell, congratulations to you.
Yeah.
Because you are the Team of the Year goalie. So I'd say that again. Like this was a bit of a debate for us in terms of the stats, and I think that again you could go a couple of ways with this one, but again I think, man, hard to go against Kristen Campbell, right? Like
Goalie of the Year.
that's tough.
In the inaugural PWHL season was outstanding throughout the playoffs. I know like this season has been a bit of a different story, but it's been a different story for that entire Toronto team right now, the Scepters. So it's not just to kind of lay blame on Kristen Campbell. I will say Canada's goaltending situation, like going forward, whenever Anne Renee Desbiens decides to hang it up between Kristen Campbell and Emrance Mashmeyer in Ottawa, who could easily be on this nominee list next year because she's having an outstanding season. I think Canada's goaltending future is pretty good.
For the women.
For the women.
For the women's team.
Yeah, the men's
The
side of
team,
things I know we've talked about. not as not as good. But
Yeah.
but yeah, this nominee list next year for PWHL goalies might look a little different as well, just given what we've seen so far this season. Your second team goalie for the PWHL, I guess, if you had to pick one that wasn't Kristen Campbell.
I think this might be just as hard as it was to, like we said, it was so close between all three. I think I'm going to go with Erin Frankel. I just think her body of work over 2024, just take her a little bit. It's really close, though.
Did I go with Franco with me?
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll stick to it then.
Yeah. I was gonna say, as will I, because like I'm sticking with Debian. Because like I legit think the same thing, like you said, like when she wants to hang it up for Canada, like we're in a good spot, but still, I think that she still got a lot of games to play.
She's a goat for women's hockey and just Canada hockey in general, what she's done on the international stage. And Montreal's in first this year in PWHL. I don't think that's a surprise given her play in net and then the star power they have. So Renee Desbiens would be my second pick as well. These are your official NHL Team of the Year defenders and goalies for the NHL and PWHL. Some surprises mixed in there, but I guess if we're giving out who had the best Team of the Year as far as the most selections they got correctly, believe you guys would be tied. I don't know how we solve this tiebreaker. I don't think there's...
I think there's a clear way.
Oh, yeah, we got to play NHL 25. Winner take all.
Whoa.
Jets.
We've played before, Jets Habs.
And who won?
Jesse beat me.
How much?
3-2, 4-3.
Ooh, close game.
Weird.
BarDown
Christmas party, like 2 years ago.
Electric.
I remember.
Wow. Well, I mean, a lot has changed in the game since then, including you can play with the Team of the Year players in Hockey Ultimate Team. So get your hands on them if you can. Play against your friends, have some fun with them, and we'll let you know the results of this heated game that we've got coming up between the Jets and Habs in NHL 25.
Oh, it's on.
My money's on classic controls over here.
No, I also play Classic Control.
No.
Bro,
I finally met someone who also plays
He has an excuse. You don't.
Yeah,
No,
Bro,
I
you
just
didn't
I
grow
don't
up with
do
that?
well with the skill stick. Like I don't know how to deke. I don't know how to shoot. I don't know how to aim.
We truly are two peas in a very weird, messed up pod.